Namaste, everybody. Welcome to the Beam meditation session on this Monday. Today, we shall start with the meditation. As you know that what you have to do. And after the meditation, we will discuss about a topic called the Deceiver within. And that is based on one simple question: that what or who deceives us from within? Now let us start the meditation. Sit comfortably, clasp your hands, fingers into fingers, close your eyes and observe your normal breath. Slowly come out from your meditation. Namaste, everybody. Welcome to our Monday's morning session. Today's topic is the deceiver within. Sometimes we think that we all are meditating. We all are on the spiritual path. And how come anything or anyone from within deceive us? We believe in different dimensions. And there are so many ideas and philosophies or imaginations about different dimensions. We also hear about uplifting from this three-dimensional experience to 4 or 5 or multi-dimensional experience. And we believe that that is better. We have differentiated. I was reading some kind of literature where people would like to differentiate them from earthlings to starlings. Some people believe that they are from different star. They are from different galaxy. They are from different dimension. We have been incarnated or have been born on this earth as earthlings, but in reality, they are not earthlings. They are not like another human beings. They are like Arcturians or Andromedan. They are different philosophies. They are different ideas. And we would like to actually label ourselves other than human beings, or like to have experience of 4 dimensions or multi-dimensions or some more galactic dimensions. But does it matter whether we are in 2 dimensions or 3 dimensions or 4 dimensions or 14 dimensions or 99 dimensions or a million or trillion or billion or any dimensions? End of the day, does it matter? by labeling or by changing our identity or trying to change our identity from human beings to, from earthlings to starlings to anything else, is nothing but the deceiver residing in ourselves, who actually makes us to believe that we are not fulfilled, we are not Purna, we lack something. One of the disciples of Lao Tse told him actually that he had a dream that he had become a butterfly. The master actually asked him the question, you were dreaming that you have become a butterfly. Yes. But what about a butterfly was dreaming that it has become you? It's also possible that a butterfly is dreaming that it has become a human being and asking a question to his master. But does it matter whether you are a butterfly or whether you are a human being, or whether you are an earthling or a starling or coming from some different dimension, or you are a member of this high galactic society? All these are nothing but the imagination in our mind to deceive us, to separate us. Lao Tse once said that in his life, he has never lost a battle. I have never lost a battle in my life, he said, because I never compete. I never see the other. In Upanishad, there is a Shriti, Dvitiya Dvai Bhayam. Indeed, there is a fear from the second. And we all know that fear brings the defense or offense. Fear brings the competition. Because when we see the second, when we see the other, all things arise. Competition and fear and proving yourself, believing that you are separate or different from others, to stay ahead. All things arise from just one thought, that there is an other. But there is no other. We are not separate because there is no separation. There is only one. But something sitting in our mind, in our imagination, always actually tells us to be separate, to be different from others. And that is why we believe, or some people believe, that they are from different planets, or some high people, some uplifted people, they are always from the other planets, from other star, from other galaxy. We are just changing the labels. We are just changing our identity from human being to something else. And that is imprint of our ego. It only shows that there is other, there is second. And until there is second, there will not be the all-pervading, omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent experience of oneself. So this is the one of the deceiver, that we would like to prove ourselves different from others. But the fundamental basic mistake is that there is no other. There's only one, without second. There's only absolute, appearing in many forms, definitely. But there's only one, without second. And sometimes the deceiver is also telling us to replace thoughts. Since 1920, there was a big market about positive thinkers, positive thinking. And you might have heard the name of Andrew Dale Carnegie. He started this, or maybe he actually increased the movement of positive thinking. That if you are in negative mood, if you are in low mood, if you are down, if you are depressed, if you believe that you cannot do this or that, then replace those negative thoughts with positive ones. Definitely it helps. I'm not saying that one should not replace the negative thoughts with positive thoughts. But if you want to achieve something, then otherwise, on the path of spirituality, replacing one thought with other, replacing even negative thought with the positive thought, will only deceive you. Because end of the day, what is mind? Mind is nothing but a thinking process of your physical brain. Mind is always motion. When you are replacing one thought with other, our mind is still there in motion. And when there is motion, there will be time and there will be space. And when there will be time and there will be space, there will be movement. There will be a desire to go somewhere, sometime. But the absolute is absolutely still. We do not have to go anywhere. One does not have to achieve anything. There is no motion because there is no time. There is no space. The absolute is beyond time and space. The absolute is beyond mind and speech. And that is you, beyond mind and speech. So when we replace one thought with other, there is mind. And there is noise, there is a sound, but not the silence. One can only experience the absolute in total silence. Buddha calls it shunyam, the void. No noise, no replacing the thoughts, no motion, no time, no space. Absolute void or absolute silence. And that is the only way. Whether you believe in God or not, whether you follow the path of love, compassion, or knowledge, or meditation, is the only way to become, or to be, to feel that absolute silence, to realize ourselves. even though these two deceivers are attractive, and believe me, deceivers are always attractive, very tempting. To become different from others is very tempting. Replacing negative thoughts with positive thoughts also is very tempting. But by observing the thoughts, mind becomes silent. Just not changing the labels or identities we become, or what we are, or we actually experience ourselves about what we are. Whether we are in 2 dimensions, 4 dimensions, or thousands dimensions, it does not make any difference. Whether we are on this earth or somewhere else, somewhere in different galaxy, it does not make any difference. Because there is no other. There is only one. And that one is without second. And that's the way to experience ourselves. Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite anyone who wants to share their wisdom. Please unmute yourself and do so. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Vijay. It was a beautiful meditation, and then followed by these very, very connecting sharings that you have shared to us with. And it sounds like there is a synchronicity in the events, and looking at various sharings on even WhatsApp group, it is pretty much close to what you are sharing today. So great synchronicity. And yes, we just need to witness without labeling the things. I remembered a similar statement that was shared. I do not remember who was saying this. It says, the desire to have a positive experience in itself is negative. And the very acceptance of a negative experience is itself positive. So we just need to become a pure witness, just like your beautiful profile picture, display picture on this Zoom, which says just witness. So just witnessing makes everything what it should be, and we are closer to the realities connecting to our own inner truth. Thanks a lot, Vijayji.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yes, Masters. Anyone else? Please go ahead. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you, Vijayji. This is Varna here. Beautiful meditation. The music took us very deep, and your wisdom sharing is like ultimate one. And yeah, true. If we calm our mind, all the dualities will end, right? Because there won't be positive, there won't be any negative, so there won't be any decisiveness in the mind. So the goal is just calm our mind. when we are calm, we don't feel anything to prove, or we don't feel anything like comparison, or we belong to this, the identity, we lose the identity basically. So thank you very much. So that's everything, the essence of this meditation and essence of this life, human life. Thank you very much.
You are welcome, Swanaji. Just want to add one point there. When we say that one needs to calm his or her mind, and then we try different methods to calm our minds down. I would like to use the better word for that, rather than calming down the mind, which may give some people some different messages. I would say just witness your mind, as there was an experience or experiment about in 1938 or 40 about the electron. What the scientists found that when you start observing electron, which is energy, they would change their path, or in different words, what they said, that they will shy away. So when they were bombarding electrons with the electron gun on the screen, there was a fixed pattern about
Sorry,
straight
Vijay,
line.
are you there?
Sorry? Hello? Yeah, I'm here. Yes.
Yeah. I think Swarnaji, Vijayji's voice is audible to us.
Yes. So what I was saying, that when scientists noticed that the electron's path was very straight, like a vertical or horizontal line. But when they actually put a camera behind that gun or near the screen, electrons changed their path without doing anything else. The same gun was firing electrons, but electrons changed their path when scientists put the camera watching the screen. And instead of creating horizontal or vertical lines, the electrons started to create the wave-like pattern. And what scientists thought, that because you are observing the energy or the electron, they would change their path. Or in different words, when it comes to mind, because mind is also energy, all our thoughts are energy. When you observe your thoughts, they will shy away. And that is why Buddha said that just observe your breath or observe your thoughts. Do not interfere in your thinking process or in your thoughts. Just observe it. Just stay there without participating, trying to do anything else like depressing thoughts. That is our participation, not witnessing.
Thank you, Vijay. Thank you for correcting. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Good evening, Vijay. Hello?
Hello, yes.
Yeah. So when you were saying, when the scientists started witnessing the electron, when they started looking at it, they changed direction. So I just saw a phenomena. I mean, many of you would have already seen this. I generally walk along a stream, and sometimes there are a few ducks going. Even if you're a little far away and you look at them, or you're on the side, they immediately change direction to the other side. Like you are parallel to them, and you try and go back with them again, they change direction. So I think not just electron, I think anything for that matter, if you start observing, because everything has the same energy, I think it is the same comparison between the duck and the electron is what I'm understanding now after hearing to you.
Yes, because there is only one, that is energy or the ultimate, whether it's a duck or human being or stone or thoughts. End of the day, scientifically, everything is nothing but electrons or energy. If we actually go deep, as we have mentioned quite a while ago in one of my projections there, everything is energy. Like if you break the atoms, end of the day, electron, proton, and neutron, whether it's human, atom from human beings, or atom from stone, or atom from duck, or atom from anything. So you are right. So when you observe anything, it will shy away, including our thoughts.
Beautiful. I was spellbound. I was speechless for a few minutes after you ended. I think one of the greatest wisdom sharing in this group. It was simply superb. Thank you so much and welcome back.
Thanks.
Very informative. Thank you so much.
Madhviji wants to say something, I think.
Good evening, Vijayji. It's a wonderful meditation. And I will have one question, like as you mentioned about the deceiver. I think we all have this deceiver inside. And when this deceiver is really deceiving us, like so strongly that we cannot come up or we cannot come out of it, then how do you chase, or how do we chase to overcome that deceiver then? Yeah, we all know that the deceiver is going to vanish for a while, but the deceiver is much, much stronger than the receiver, actually. So how do we overcome that?
Just by observing, just by witnessing, because there is no other way. If we change our identity, or if we try to suppress that deceiver of whatever kind, maybe thought or some kind of temptation physically or psychologically, doesn't matter. When we try to suppress something, then we are creating the different identity and separation. And as Mahavir from Jainism, he put that if you actually suppress a spring, one day it will bounce back with multifold efforts. Suppressing or diverting is not the answer. The only answer is just to witness, not to interfere. I know it sounds very, I would say, unethical or against the traditional values. For example, some people, or in some religion, they always say that the desire of anger or greed or sex or anything else, they are bad. So we must actually suppress those kind of desire. Maybe one could be successful to suppress these kind of desires, but it will bounce back, because by suppressing it, what we are doing, we are just hiding them under some different thoughts. For example, somebody is angry, so that person has this anger issue. So people would tell him or her that, fine, when you are angry, what you do, you just count reverse, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, etc. So anger will go away. No, anger will be suppressed because you are replacing that thought of anger with counting, and your mind is occupied in counting reverse. Counting reverse is a bit difficult than counting from 1 to 3. Why if you're counting from 1 to 3 straight onwards? We are just replacing one thought with other. And when the other thought will go away, that the previous thought of anger would come up anytime, depending on the situation. So it is not suppressing or diverting the thoughts is not the way in spirituality. The only way is to observe whatever happens. That will happen, but by observing that thought or that temptation or anything, even the good thoughts, because we believe that anger is bad and staying calm is good. We believe that this is right and this is wrong. When you label something right or wrong, you just are creating separation. Buddha started his sect or his philosophy or his preaching with the idea of non-violence. Because at that time, the Brahmins have gone on different paths by sacrificing animals. They were also manipulating the meaning of the Sanskrit original verses. And there was so much violence going on, especially violence on animals. So he approached a king called Bibisar and preached him about non-violence. And since then, his movement was started. So he believed, he preached about non-violence. When he was in his last days, he was asking for bhiksha or alms. So he would visit anybody and ask for some food. And at that time, that person gave him the juice of the liver of ox or a bullock. Buddha drank it without any hesitation. His disciples were amazed at why it is that you are a very staunch preacher of non-violence and you drank this juice of liver. Why is that? Buddha just smiled. Because there isn't anything in the path of spirituality about acceptance or non-acceptance. It's all acceptance. But we all actually judge people by their deeds, by their actions. And we have labeled those actions good or bad. I always say, if you kill somebody on the border, then you are a hero because you have killed an enemy soldier. But if I kill somebody in the land, inside the country, then I am a murderer. I will be punished. Even though killing is same, if you kill some enemy's soldier, or if you kill someone you loved, killing is killing. But we have labeled those killings differently. So in the path of spirituality, there are no footprints, there are no set rules, there are no do's and don'ts. The only path is just to witness whatever is happening around and whatever is happening within. That's the only way.
Beautifully said, sir. The concept of witnessing and accepting it, everything. Yes, that means if the deceiver is even stronger, then I just need to accept everything as it is, then that means it's not the percentage of what it is in inside of me deceiving, but it's only just accepting how much of possible I can, right? If I understood correctly?
Yeah, just witness it, yes.
Okay, even if it is more than, like, if I take it in 100%, then if it is the deceiver is 80% who's really deceiving all the time, then all the 80% I have to just witness it, observe it. I cannot label it saying that you are a good or you are a bad, but just accept it as it is then.
As it is, as it comes, because whatever comes into your ways is nothing but as Ashtavakra says, that all the happenings in our life are obliged to our destiny. And that is what we have chosen, because the absolute is only about balancing the score or karmic score. So whatever comes in our way, it is destined to come in our way. You cannot change it. No one can change it. And no one is meant to change it. It's a very different topic from this, like a karmic score. But end of the day, it's only to witness. And if you study the life of Krishna, Krishna was you can say, the greatest witness of everything. What he did in some people's eyes was not just full, unjust, but as and when whatever came to him in his path, he behaved accordingly. He killed people, he killed enemies, he let go enemies, he loved many women, still he was aloof. He actually took side, he even cheated, he deceived the soldiers in the war of Mahabharata.
Yeah.
Like
you're right.
Like in the event of Jayadratha.
Yeah.
As people would know that Arjun made a pledge that if I did not kill who had killed my son Abhimanyu before the sunset, then I will burn myself. I will die myself. I will kill myself. That was his pledge. And when the other party of the Kauravas knew about his pledge, they actually covered Jayadratha in a way that no one can actually get to him. And as the sun was setting down, so they knew that Arjun will have to kill himself because he took this pledge. What Krishna did, he asked his soldiers to actually create the storm from dust. So they bombarded the earth with so many arrows that sun was covered with dust. And as sun was covered with dust, Kauravas believed that now sun has already set. And they were started to celebrate. And because they went into the celebration mode, they forgot about the defense to protect Jayadratha. And at that time, Krishna asked Arjun to kill Jayadratha. And because Arjun was so trustworthy about Krishna, he killed Jayadratha. And Kauravas said that this is not right. This is against the scripture, against the dharma of a warrior. And after a few minutes, when that storm set down, they saw that sun was still there. Now people would say this was cheating. It doesn't matter. Krishna was only a witness to his life. So when we become just a witness, in our ways, there would be good things and bad things. People will judge us that this person has done something wrong or right. Maybe in the eyes of the people who have decided what is right and what is wrong. But in spirituality, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing right. One just be a witness.
Yes, absolutely, sir. It's very beautiful how you explained it. Really, I got all my questions answered. Yes. Thank you so much for the wonderful knowledge sharing. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Vijayji. That was a beautiful explanation. Thank you very much. I have another question. So, keeping this witnessing in mind, and how can we promote the vegetarianism, spreading the positivity and the meditation? Do you have any tips for us?
Why do we want to promote any ism? That's the first question I would ask. Whether that could be vegetarianism or vegan or anything for that matter. People would say that this is good or this is not good. But if your question is about the vegetarianism through meditation, then when one meditates and when one becomes one with the existence, then automatically people would feel that they would like not to eat animals. It comes automatically because right. Through meditation you feel one with everything, one with the nature, as we call it, one with plants, and even you would not like to pluck flower. But then what happens that, for example, in Jainism, Mahavir Swami, when he was walking, his garment or cloth just fell down and he became naked. And he remained naked throughout his life. He never bothered about his nakedness. If the cloth fell down, then let it fall down. I do not want it back. Now, he achieved this through meditation. He never bothered to pick it up. But after a while, when people started the sampradaya or sect under his name, they also thought that because Mahavir remained naked throughout his life and achieved the nirvana or the ultimate, or destroys all his karmas, so if we actually become naked, we can also destroy our karmic scores. That's the wrong conclusion. By becoming naked, you do not actually, or you cannot remove karmas. It happens when one meditates, it happens automatically. So likewise, if we try to promote any ism, including not eating animals, it will not happen. Sometimes people would actually become vegetarian, but as you see that there are some people who are vegans, and vegan is a cult. You can see that there would be a chicken flavor vegan. Synthetically it is made. Obviously there is no animal is killed there, but the flavor remains the same, just like a chicken or like a duck or like any other meat. So that is a replacement, although it's a better replacement because they are not killing animals. But through meditation, that will happen naturally. If anyone meditates deeply in correct way, then definitely and gradually he would become vegetarian. And even one does not become vegetarian, That's also fine, because end of the day, you have to set your karmic scores. And if your past deeds or past karmas warrant you to eat animals, then you will eat animals, regardless. I know it sounds very awkward that when you are meditating, you are becoming a spiritual person, and why are you actually hurting something else or some animals or anything else? Hurting or non-hurting, good or bad, right or wrong, they are all the creation of our mind. They are all the norms of the current society. We make those norms and we break those norms. Whatever was bad once upon a time would be good today, and whatever is good today will be bad tomorrow. Bad means against the society. So in spirituality, because there is no other, there is no good or there is no bad.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was profound. Exactly. So we can't, promote anything, but if they have to change, they will change it with your, with your actions by observing you. So, yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ramesh. Can we now conclude the session?
Yes, Vijayji, thanks a lot. You know, we not want to conclude this because the wisdom is so beautiful to just witness everything that is being shared. So thanks a lot for creating such a beautiful space here as you keep sharing. And also thanks to everyone who are here together. So happy to have you back. And we will wait next Monday for another wonderful sharing.
Thank you.
And masters, I wish you all a nice evening or a good day, depending from where you are joining. And just contemplate on these wonderful wisdom and sharings that had happened in these past 1.5 hours. And the next sessions are tomorrow evening, yes, 6 a.m. Germany time on the same link. While there is also a meditation that is happening at 11:30 p.m. Germany time. Link will be shared on the Beam family WhatsApp groups. So do utilize as per your convenience. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.